This conference will now be recorded.
Write down business requirement. We did not create any policy detail screen like that. Give me a minute, please. Personal commercial driver details created. Okay, write down. Working with UI. Working with UI. Working with UI. Everyone write down. Create a new screen which contains 3 portions. Create a new screen which contains 3 portions. Write down first portion. Create a new screen which contains 3 different portions actually. Okay. First portion, insurance details. First portion is insurance details. Insurance type, property vachesi insurance type. First portion is insurance details. In that the property name is insurance type. Insurance type. Insurance type. Okay. Personal vehicle, commercial vehicle, personal vehicle, values రాసుకోండి ఆప్షన్స్. ఇన్సూరెన్స్ టైప్ లో ఏమేం ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి? పర్సనల్ వెహికల్, కమర్షియల్ వెహికల్, maybe more than that, heavy trucks, etc. Personal vehicle, commercial vehicle, heavy trucks, etc. Okay, next. Second portion is agency details or branch details. You can say anything. Agency and branch and both same. Agency or branch means agency details. Write down agency code, comma agency name. Agency name, comma agency address. Agency address. Agency address also. Okay, next, third portion, policy details. Third portion, policy details. Policy details. Right down policy effective date. First property is policy effective date. In brackets you can write down start date. Policy details portion is policy effective date. In braces you can write down what is it? Start date. Start date ante enti? Policy start date anna. Policy effective date means policy start date. It should be future date. It should be future date. How do you implement this future date? Validations, you know that. Next one, second one, policy term. Policy term. Policy term vachesi years, number of years, 1 year, 3 year, like that. Policy term, you can choose it to be either 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. It's up to you. Okay. After that, policy expiry date. Policy expiry date, read only. As of now, once we finish the design of the screen, we can think about further. Policy expiry date. Everyone clear? So this is the screen we are going to create. So how many data classes we need to create here? 3 data classes we have to create. one data class for insurance, another data class for agency, another one for policy. Done. And then we need to create one screen. Write down next point. Overall, this screen is called as transaction details screen. Overall, this screen is called as transaction details screen. Overall, the screen is called as transaction details screen. Okay, we'll do it now. Did I create any document? No, right? Working with UI. Entity 590. Okay, one more point right there. Display this data like 3 different tabs. Display this data like 3 different tabs. Display this UI like 3 different tabs. Display this UI like 3 different tabs. You can display it like a tabs. I will see how to do it. 595 up. And the 18. Okay. Working with UI. What is that we need to do? Creating transaction details screen. You have that information, everything. So we'll design directly. We'll go for design. Create 3 data types without storage. Without storage. Create 3 data types without any storage. We'll finish it quickly. You know how to add a data type, right? First one is insurance. First one is insurance. So I'd be creating this in the top level. Just follow this. Create and open. Only one property, I think, right? What is the property? Insurance type. Add one property. Insurance type. Okay. And this is pick list. ఇంకేముంటాయి ఇన్సూరెన్స్ టైప్ కాకుండా ప్రాపర్టీస్? ఫస్ట్ వన్ పర్సనల్ వెహికల్. ఇన్సూరెన్స్ డీటెయిల్స్ లో వాట్ ఆర్ అదర్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ అదర్ దన్ దిస్? కమర్షియల్ వెహికల్, heavy vehicles. Okay, heavy vehicle అనుకుందాం. There are 3 different. ఇంకేముండొచ్చు ప్రాపర్టీస్? ఇంకొక వన్ ప్రాపర్టీ. జస్ట్ టెల్ మీ వన్ మోర్ ప్రాపర్టీ.
Nominee.
Number generated. Nominee details. Okay, how do you add nominee details? Nominee details should be a separate class, even though it is part of it. Okay, nominee details will add. What are the properties for nominee details? Nominee, spelling it, name, inka
relation, nominee relation.
Relation, can we choose it as a drop down? Pick list. చెప్పండి ఏమవచ్చు?
Wife or husband, spouse, yeah.
Father, mother, let's say other. Okay, siblings, like that. And ఇంకేమేమి ఉంటాయి ప్రాపర్టీస్? నామినీ నేమ్, రిలేషన్షిప్,
ఏజ్
నామినీ ఏజా, నామినీ ఏజ్ అంటే ఏజ్, డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్, it can be date only. ఇంకా what else will be there? ఇంకేమున్నాయి? ఏజా, నామినీకి సపరేట్ ఇంకో ఏజ్ ప్రాపర్టీ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. ఏం చేస్తాం మనం ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటే
Phone.
బాగుండేది.
Phone number.
Phone number. See this age property, first name property, phone number. If you have created an organization class, that would have become a benefit for us now. Again, no need to recreate. What is this property I'm trying to create? Age. Age you leave it. Age we can calculate. Phone number. Phone number. I'll select it to be phone. Where is it? ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నాయా డీటెయిల్స్?
Harsha, one quick question here. We
Nomination
should have
percentage.
nominee address details and all as well, but we already have address data type. So
Okay,
is it
anyhow, I'm not
possible?
going to create address now. Leave it. Address you leave it. Percentage, what should I do? Integer, right? 50%, 40% like this. Otherwise, we will select it to be big list. Okay, after that I'll change it. Okay. Anything else we need? You can even add relationship document. That is also possible. Okay, but anyhow, not too many. These properties are enough. But you can add more than one nominee, let's say, for example. Then what you need to do? You need to use a table layout. You need to design it like a table layout. We'll create it as a table layout. Okay. You can extend the requirements the way you want. Okay, with the knowledge what you have. This is insurance details. Next, what else I have to create? Next data class. Agency details. Huh? Agency address cancel chesandi. We don't need it. Agency. This agency. Agency code, agency name I'll give. Agency means branch. Okay. Agency code. Agency name. Just give me a minute. Name. Submit. I think today it will be sufficient to create all this screen. Time and all. Agency name, we will use it as a autocomplete. Agency name will use it as a, I'm sorry, agency code will use it as an autocomplete. Okay, at that point, agency code you have written right. Maybe at the end you can add. Agency code should be autocomplete. I will show you what is an autocomplete. You know drop down, right? It is same as drop down. And next, what is the next one? Policy. Policy data class. Policy data class. Here you go. Add data type. Policy. ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి? Policy effective date. Policy effective date means start date of the policy. That is the meaning. Date only. Next ఏంటి? Policy term. Policy term. And then policy expiry date. Date on, right? So 3 data classes ready. How many data classes we created? 3 data classes. So you need to create UI for all of these 3, right? You need to create a section. Where would you create? Where do you create the sections? You need to create sections in data classes, access them into work classes by using pages. Can we do it by using wizard also? Wizard is available. You know how to do it manually, right? You can even implement by using wizard. Okay, I'll show you how to do it by using wizard. Okay, I'll show you. Just hold on. See, this is about this one. Otherwise, you can divide it into two screens. Insurance details separately, agency and policy details separately. Okay, fine. So let me create it now. So now let's create UI. Let's create UI. Okay, let me create this user interface. Here you go. Do this because it will become a little complex. One we will create manually, one will create by using wizard. Just follow this. After that, you can write on the requirement. Okay. Let's create UI. What is the first one? Insurance details plus nominee details, correct? So creating insurance details screen. Data class is ready. Okay, now I am going to create a screen, correct? So for that, create different sections. So create a page. First, you create a page. Look at here. Right click on this. Create data model property. Insurance type is there, right? Insurance type is insurance details is a page. This is okay. Insurance details is a page, and in this you're going to have single page. The definition is SBI data insurance. This is one thing. In this I am going to use insurance type property from this. But what about the other one? Nomination details. I may have 2 people being nominated, right? So is that going to be page or page list? Create one more page.
Page list.
Sorry, create a page list, that is insurance nominee. What is that? Insurance nominee. This is a page list I'm going to create. So here you go. I'm sorry. Create insurance nominee. Okay. Create and open. And now you tell me this is page list for the same class, SBI data. Otherwise, you can even create a separate nominee class. That is also okay. But we don't have proper planning before we start. Okay, fine. This is one page and one page list. So create a section. How do I create? Right click on this, create user interface, section, insurance details section. Insurance type section, separate section. Only for insurance type, one section. What should I do now? Choose insurance type. Drop down, right? Where is it? Drop down. And here you go now. Insurance details dot insurance type. This is a drop down. You can make it mandatory if you want to make it. Okay. So at runtime, this drop down is going to have values. So I can do what? I can choose placeholder, select, right? Save this. Save. This is only insurance type. Now create another section for nominee details. So I'm going to create another section now. Create the insurance nominee section. Insurance nominee section. So which layout I have to use? What is the layout to be used? You need to use table layout, correct? Look at here. You have to be using table layout to add. You know how to use table layout? Did we do this before? I think we have done it, right?
Yes.
See here, you can click on just table layout properties. Layout properties. Do what? Source page list, right? What is the page list? Insurance nominee. This is the page list. And you go to operations inline because I'm going to add it from the front end, correct? If it is from the back end, you don't need it actually. Okay. And you want row numbering and all, you can add it. That's okay. And here you go. You can even do it. You can choose how many nominees that you want to add, and those many number of records automatically you add here. That and all is possible actually. Anyhow, submit this. How many properties we have? Just let me add first of all. Insert column right side. 5 I have added. You can simply drag and drop. Data model, property, page list, right? Where is the page list? Insurance nominee. These are the properties. Okay. Nominee name, first one. Nominee name. Drag and drop properties because it will be easy. So next, date of birth. Inka? Phone number, relation, percentage. Maybe this is not right. Okay, so like this I have save, completed. So this is the nominee details, separate section. These two sections will combine into one single section now. Okay, so combine these two sections into a single section. How do I combine? I did not create in data class and all. I don't want to make it complex. It will become too complex. That's why. Other two I'll do it. Okay, create, what is that? Section, user interface section. This is insurance details section. Insurance type section plus nominee section together into insurance details section. Okay, I'm going to add it. Look at here. You know how to embed a section? How many sections we have to embed here? Two sections. First you embed one, that is insurance type, submit. And what is the next one? Insurance nominee. Submit. So you can just give a label to it. Look at here. I mean like header, enter, nomination details or nominee details. Save, completed. So we created a screen, one single section, which will have insurance details as well as nominee details. This is finished. Still two pending. What are those? Agents details and policy details. Right? How am I going to design that? I don't want to spend this much time. Let's create agency details details and policy details together into single screen. Shall we separate this one? Okay, I'll do one thing. Create a flow action. Create a flow action for this. Let me create a flow action for this. First of all, separate.
Shall we
I'm going to
create
separate.
agency detail in data class section?
I'll do. Hold on. In the next screen, I'll do like that. What is this? Insurance details flow action. I have given you requirement for one screen. Finally, it has become 2 screens. This is one separate screen. Let's consider it to be one separate screen, and insurance details screen, transaction details separate screen with 2 portions. What are those? Agency details plus policy details. This I am going to show you by using wizard. See, previous screen, why I did not show you by wizard, the reason is it has combination of page plus list. You will get confused. Even you can do it by using wizard. Okay, but now see here. So let's create agency details, policy details together in a single screen called transaction details section. Transaction details screen. That is what I am going to create now. So let's do it. Let's do it by using configure view wizard. You never used before. So far, everything that we are creating manually. Instead of a manual process, PRPC has an easier way to do it. Okay, look at here. Let's open case type, add a new stage, add 2 steps. How many steps? 2 steps. One is insurance details, call above flow action. Second one, agency details. Second one is what? Agency details. See, agency details will replace this way. Hold on. Agency second one is transaction details. Sorry, transaction details. So this screen, I'm going to create this by wizard. So I'm going to create it by using wizard. So what is that wizard going to create? I will show you. Just look at here. Case type. This is the case type which we have. Let me close everything here. Look at here now. Add a new stage. You know how to add it? This is before vehicle information. Before vehicle information, I have added. Now here you go. This is overall transaction details. Transaction details. Overall transaction details. Okay. Add a step. Collect information. So this is for insurance details. This is for insurance details. Okay. I already have a flow action created, right? I will manually call it. Add one more step. So I will be adding one more step. This is for transaction details. Info. This will have policy and agency details together. This I am going to create by using configure view. What is the wizard? View wizard. So second screen, click on configure view. Now look at here. Before we proceed to configure this user interface, we wanted to create this user interface having 2 versions. One is policy details. Second one is agency details. Agency details and policy details. 2 are 2 different data classes, right? If you are manually creating this, go back to manual process. You will create agency details section in agency data class. You will create policy details section in policy data class. You will create 2 pages in work class and create one common section. Embed data classes section into work class section. For this, what are the steps to be done? We already did it. What are the steps to be done? You need to define pages and classes, 2 pages. Get the data class section into work class section with page reference, right? All the manual process that we have done previously can be done here within a minute by using the wizard. Exactly same thing will happen here. See now, add field, add field. So this is agency details. What is this? Agency details. I did not create a page property. It will create automatically. See now, agency details, and here you go. Use, sorry, embedded data. Choose the option embedded data. And what is the class for which it should refer to? Agency class. How many records? Single record. List means it will create a table layout like what we have done. But I want only a page. So it is going to create single page by name agency details. It will create a section with agency details. Embed that into work class section. It will be done automatically. Submit and add another. Add another. Look at here now. Next one, Andy. Policy details. Policy details. Again, same thing. Embedded data. What is the class here? Policy class. But this wizard will create too many sections. That is one problem, but still okay. Submit this. Now, two different pages, two different page related sections into one common section. This overall user interface is one common section. Understand? Okay, look at here. Submit this. Save. Open the flow. Let me open the flow now. This is the flow, right? Sorry. Let's save up to here. This screen is created, ready, available. The previous one, flow action, we are yet to call, correct? Open the flow. Call. What is the flow action? Insurance details, flow action. Flow action. Insurance details, flow action is pending. We have to call it. This one you need to call. Now let us see the design. Save, done. Second screen automatically created. First screen we manually created. Okay, look at here. Second screen I am opening just to show you the background what is being created. First I will show you from here. Look at here. First I will go to work class, not work class, data classes. Yes, data agency. In this class, you see one section got created. What is the section name? Transaction info underscore agency details. One section got created or not? So you see the properties, agency code, agency name will be there. Direct properties. Similarly, one more section would have been created in policy details. See, one more section got created in policy details. Created or not? This section also will have similar information like policy details properties. Now go to work class. Go to work class. Two pages would have got created. What are the page names? Let us see. Two pages. One is agency details page. That is what I have given the name. Second one, policy details. Two pages got created. And next, a section would have got created. Section name is transaction info. What is the name of the section? Transaction info. Look at here. Check out. In this section, two data classes sections we need to include. What did we do? Same. This is what we have done manually previously. Same is been done automatically. And you go and convert to full section editor. Each section has been embedded here. Each section got embedded here by using page reference. Page reference, section embedded. Agency details section embedded. And policy details section got embedded with policy details page. So whatever we have done manually, if that has taken 20 minutes, this configure view, how long does it take? Just I think 2 minutes, not more than that. But you need to know the design even when you do it by using wizard. Understand everyone clear? So that is very, very important. Okay. So now let's create a case and test it first of all. Okay, let's create a case and test it. We will think about the other user interface modifications in some time. I'll directly go to transaction details screen. So directly go to transaction details screen. Transaction details. How many screens are there in transaction details? I did not save that flow. This flow. Probably I did not save this. Just give me a minute. Address information, submit. This is what I am expecting, right? This is okay. Maybe directly when I go there, what is the problem? Now you see here, you can choose insurance type here, personal vehicle or commercial vehicle. That's up to you. And you can add nomination details here. Nomination details, some name, whatever it can be. Okay. Date of birth. Can you change the date of birth to another type of field like drop downs, 3 drop downs? You know how to do it? Okay, I'll change it later. No problem. It is difficult, right? I'll tell you how to do it. Relationship, percentage or 25%. Add. Choose something else. And here you go now, 25%. Okay, otherwise 75%. Okay, so finally they are the nominee. In any case, 25% one person, 75% another person, like that. And then you submit this form. So once you submit this form, if they are not entering 100% and try to submit, you may display error message. Both combined to be 100%. How do you do that? Okay, anyhow, see agency details. This is what we have created. Agency code, some agency code, agency name, some name, policy effective date. You can choose policy effective date, policy term, 2 years, policy expiry date. So we need to still make little bit of changes here. That is a high level. Now make changes to the UI. To the UI this way. Policy effective date to be okay. First we will come from here. Just see here. Let's make it more better in the appearance wise. I will first open this particular section. In this section, this is the table layout, right? Insurance details section. Check out this. Okay, this screen I am making changes. You can easily observe. See here, date of birth. Date of birth I am going to change it to be presentation. Drop down. Enable calendar. Yes. Drop down. Date of birth. I want only previous 100 years. All these options I have touched. You can just see once. Okay. See. This is how it looks like. It is very easy to access now. Day, month, year. It will be easy, little bit easy, like a drop down. Okay. I will show you that. Same I will repeat for policy effective date also. Now go to other section. Agency details section I will go to. Data agency. First we need to put everything in a proper format. Agency details section. Agency name I'll make it read only. Agency name, make it read only, but because that is needed for future. Agency name to be read only. How do I make it? It is very simple. Presentation, read only. Always it is read only. I want it to be read only. You can give here like agency details. Agency details and start with labels left. This is one thing. I made some changes. I'll come back and again make some changes for autocomplete. I want it to be autocomplete, right? This is one thing. Next, policy details. Policy details. What are the changes to be made? Where is it? Policy. All this is not actually mandatory here for teaching, but it should look somewhat better. Convert to full section editor and see here. Policy effective date, I will change it to be like before. Instead of calendar, drop down list. Yes, drop down. I want display. I'm changing the display. Effective date should be future date. I don't want previous years. Effective date should be future date. Next 10 years is okay. Not more than that is required. And policy effective date. See effective date. And what about this one? Policy term. Change it to drop down. Where is it? I can choose it to be radio button. Okay, change it to radio button. I'll tell you. And change this radio button. Okay, presentation horizontal. And here I want another control format like segmented. It looks like this. 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, like this. Open the property. Open property. Okay, submit this. All these changes, whether you practice or not, that is up to you. Okay, but I wanted to give you different appearances. Open policy term property. Let me open it. Local list I will add. This is the one, right? Local list. Local list. 1 year, by default 1 year. Okay. 3 years and 5 years. These are the 3 different terms that we are going to provide you a policy. Okay, you can choose either 1 year term or 3 years term, like this. Same. Done. Come back now. No need to make any changes here after you make them. Okay. And now expiry date. What should I do? Expiry date. Read only, right? Expiry date should not, you should not be entering expiry date for your information. It should be automatically calculated. That is the future requirement. Completed. So effective date, if you choose, term you select, automatically I need expiry date to be calculated. That is a declare expression future requirement. So this is finished. Okay, let me change this policy details. Completed. So just UI appearance. One more thing we have pending. Policy effective date. Anyhow, I am not displaying the past years, right? So obviously it will be future date, I think. Let us see. But how do you implement? Policy expiry date should be future date. How to implement it?
In property itself, we can use edit validate rule, future date.
Policy effective date should be future date. How do you implement it? Open policy effective date property and do what? Check out advanced tab. Is future data past data? Check if the date is after now. It should be future date, correct? Then I select this calls. Save. So this is also finished. And in UI we need to make some changes that we will do later. But moreover, you see here the UI is being designed. Now if I access the UI, just to show you vehicle insurance, let me make it quick. I'll take 10 more minutes. See here, this is okay. We know this, right? Already. And this one, see, this is the advantage. See here, policy, you can choose. This is very easy compared to calendar control. Still, you can access calendar control. That's up to you. Okay, 3 years like this, or 5 years, or 1 year. I can choose like this. Same. This is also radio button only, but the way how you are making it appear is different. I choose it in the presentation tab. You can choose accordingly. That is just for appearance purpose. Close this. Next, what do I need to do next? These two I want to display in 2 different tabs, right? Then how do I do that? Okay, first, now let's implement agency code to be an autocomplete. I want agency code to be autocomplete. Autocomplete means, I'll tell you, it is a drop down control, but it is not like when you click on everything will be loaded. It looks like this. Give me a minute. It looks like this. This is autocomplete. Okay. When you type 2 characters, then matching will be highlighted. Anything matching with that first 2 characters will be highlighted. Understand? That is the meaning of autocomplete. So how you populate drop down? The same way you populate autocomplete with the data taking from a table. So to populate autocomplete, we need agencies defined in a table. We already have data type without storage. Let us define the storage now. Let's define a storage for agencies. Agency data class. Agency data class was already available. Here you go. Data types, agency. It is only class as of now. What should I do now? Records tab. Let's go to records tab. Configure source. Agency code I am taking it as key. Submit. Let's add some agencies here. Okay. See, everything that we have done in this UI, everything you are aware of already. There is nothing new except this. What is this? Autocomplete. Remaining all are presentation options. That's not a big thing. You can even choose different presentation options. So KPHB agency 1500101 Lingampalli agency 1500102. This agency, let's say Secunderabad, and 1600100. This is, tell me some other place. Amirpet 1600101. Any other one? Gachibowli 1600102. Miapur 1700100. Inka? Dilshnagar. Branches, all these are branches. 1700101. High-Tech City. Okay, so like this, I have added multiple agencies. See, you remember when you create a data type, automatically report definition rule will get created. What is the name of the report definition rule? What is the name of the report? Now let's go to agency section. Where is agency section? This is agency section. User interface section. This is the one. Okay, check out this. What do I want? Change agency code go to auto complete control and choose the source report definition of agencies. I'm not going to create, I'm going to choose data table editor report. How do I change the control? Click on change. Here you go, change. And where is it? Autocomplete. I've chosen change. This is the option, autocomplete. So this is going to be an autocomplete now. Control is autocomplete. Autocomplete is similar to drop down. All configuration is same. Okay. List source, report definition, and the report definition class SPI data agency and report definition name data table editor report. I don't want to create again. Okay. Everything up to here it is like a drop down, but there is one more additional parameter. Data source property. Which property is the source value? Agency code. Agency code is the source property. But look at here, one more thing. This is based on agency code, it will search. And see here, maximum results, minimum search characters. This is important. How many characters when you enter, search should begin? 2 characters I'm entering. How many? 2 characters when I enter, I want search to be begin. I think that's it. Additional fields same online. No need. Display customize search results, max results display. All that is not required further. Save, done. Create a case and test it. Create a case and test it. So you have already learned how to populate a drop down. Autocomplete is copy paste of drop down configuration. Only one parameter additional. Can you tell me what was that parameter? This parameter, number of characters to search. I have given 2, you can give 3 also. That's up to you. So here also you can see date of birth will come like this. Okay, it will be good to access actually. Anyhow, this is the screen I'm expecting, right? This is what I am testing now. So here, if I'm going to click the down arrow, all are coming, but this is also wrong. There is an additional option which you need to do. What was that? Okay, think about it, but look at here. 1.5. So the moment I type 1.5, what is happening? Only 1.5 related are coming. So 1.5 you type, you choose one of these. Okay, you'll be choosing. Suppose if I type 1.6, only 1.6 related. If I type 1.7, this control is called as, what do you call this? Autocomplete control. This control is called as autocomplete control. Exactly same as. So when would you go for a drop down? When would you go for autocomplete control? Suppose you given a business requirement, how do you know whether you have to create drop down or autocomplete? I'll tell you. I have 100 results. Drop down will display 100 results. Okay, you click on it, 100 it will show up. It will be difficult. When there are large number of values, better you go for autocomplete. Understand? So I think the entire time taken by this. And one more thing, hold on. What else I wanted to change? Suppose, see here, this one, user interface, section, transaction info. What is the layout they have used here by default? Dynamic layout, right? So you can see here, dynamic. Let's look at the formats. Any formats? Simple list, main list. No, it is not good. I'll change the structure just for your layout group. I'm choosing what? Layout group. I'm going to add layout group just for instance. Tab. I can choose tab. Whether you do it or not, it is up to you. Put it here. This dynamic layout you remove. Instead of dynamic layout, what is that I have chosen? Layout group. I had kept all this in the layout group. Now let us see what is the difference. See here, I can enter some title. I forgot that. Hold on. I can enter some title. This agency details.
Please tell
Policy
how,
details in a single screen.
how do
I'll
we
just enter the title also.
is
Where
property
is this?
okay.
You are talking to me, someone online. What is this? Agency information. Submit. What about this one? Now it looks little better. See, you can play around. How difficult is it required that I have to teach you layout group? If you just once you add it and you go through the options, you'll be able to easily understand that. This is the final appearance I have got. It is taking time. I don't know why. Just for your information. Agency information. You enter some agency information. Okay, and then you go to policy information.
Box
And you choose policy.
time పడేది.
So tomorrow's requirement is going to be like this. See, when user selects policy effective date and chooses the policy term, policy expiry date should be automatically calculated. For that, we are going to discuss about declare expression rule. What is the rule? Declare expression rule.
బ్రష్ చేస్తుంటా.
Today's entire requirement that we have implemented, you aware of everything in this. Only one part which you are not sure about or which you do not know before is configure view wizard. But ultimately after creation, you know that configure view wizard and autocomplete. That's it. So how to create report definition, how to make it as a source, everything you know. The requirements looks little bit lengthy because so many things I have created in one single screen. Okay. Just take your time and practice like this. You go to presentation options and just play around with so many different appearance formats. Okay. I'll share you the documents. You can wind up for today. Thank you.